Hi again. Hello, guys. I'm back. um, so I did finish I'm going to try to make this super fast, but I did finish these little collages that I said I would work on. Um, and so I'm going to use these, and I've decided I'm going to use them with these. Okay. I went ahead and just sort of prepped a whole bunch of them and, took out the slide film that was in them and glued the acetate basically on the back. And so these are kind of ready for me to just, you know, frame them out however I want. I did add a few little labels on on this one here and there. So I thought, okay, I think the best way to do this is going to be to just, kind of place it where I want, and then I'll just outline it with the pencil. And I could sort of just go around. Whoa, can I even see that? Look at that. It's weird. It went right on the edge of that paper, so I can barely even see it. That's weird. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm going to do it with a pen so I can see it better. Just make these little marks, I guess. Okay, so that'll be one. And then I can just kind of go through, and since they're all the same size, make sure I'm not overlapping any of my lines. Might be a little more complicated than I thought, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. So this one, I might want to add like something else in there since it's got that blank space right there. So maybe that would be a good spot for a label. But yeah, I think this is going to work. So, and like I said before, there might be some waste that happens, but I think I can still use a lot of the scrap that's created. You know what I'm saying? Like that one just fits right there. Actually, hang on. I'll get this. I want to get part of that butterfly, but see, it doesn't, I mean, if it overlaps a little bit, I don't think that really matters because the frame of the slide, like I really only need that center part anyway, right? I could use like a template that is that size. I guess that would probably be the best thing to do. So anyway, let me do that. Let me just, this is going to work. Like that. And then and they probably are going to need to get trimmed down a little bit anyway, because my outline doesn't go exactly to the edge. It kind of, it's a little bigger. I'm trying not to destroy the rest of it while I'm cutting these out. So yeah, I think this is going to work fine. And then I can take some of these pieces that are going to wind up being like scraps. And so like, for example, this piece, like that's definitely usable for something. This is a scrap piece. And so I've got like four pieces that'll fit the slides. And then like these, I can still kind of frame that out and use a bit of that too for another one. So anyway, that's I just kind of wanted to show you that's how the collage turned out. And I like it. I think it's going to be fun. And these little bits I can just use here and there, like in clusters or just as little page embellishments, or you know, for charms. You know, I can glue this onto a piece of chipboard and make some little charms and things like that. So yeah, that's cool. So that's what I'm going to wind up doing with these guys, with the slides. But oh my God, I went down this rabbit hole with the other stuff, with the other two little pieces that I want to use, and decided not to go with the collage idea on those, because as I was gluing the I'm going to call it acetate, even though it's not acetate. As I was gluing those onto these pieces, I realized that these would be great to just do as like specimens, like specimen slides. And I totally forgot that I had all of these pressed flowers that I did over the last couple of years. And so that's what I decided to do with these. And I am really, really, really enjoying it. Like, I think that they are turning out really nice. So these are I'll wind up doing like eyelets in the corners. And then I could even hang a charm or something, like they could hang like this on a journal cover or something. I'm not sure if I'm going to wind up using these in these minis. I probably will, but they don't have to be charms either. Like, these could still be tuck spots, and so could these. So for now, I'm just gonna continue. You can't really see this one that well. I'm just gonna continue doing these with the pressed flowers. And then and then I got out all my seeds. I've been a seed saver for a long time. I used to grow a lot of perennials, and can you see that, you guys? I used to grow a lot of perennials, and I always saved seeds from my flowers and herbs and all that kind of stuff, even vegetables. And so yeah, so I did a couple with seeds. So this is actually a grass. They're grass seeds, but it's really pretty. It's like purple. I did add a little dot of glue. I should have used a little pin to dot the glue, and I only did that because I didn't want them to slip down between the two pieces of acetate. But it will dry clear. Like the bottom one's already dry, and I can't see the glue. So I've seen, lots of people do these, and so this definitely is not a new idea. I just I know it's really hard to see on this. This is like a book cover box they have this big art book in it, and it works really great for for storing my paper flowers in, or my pressed flowers. Anyway, so I did some, and I thought, okay, well, I got to show them. I got to show you guys before I finish them all. So what I did was I kind of sorted through the pressed flowers that I have, and I pulled the ones out of the box. I just have them all in here all together. I pulled out the ones that I felt were like too big so that they wouldn't be in my way. And I just put them in here. I don't know if you guys have ever pressed, if any of you are into pressing flowers, but Bleeding Heart presses really, really nicely. And Bleeding Hearts are blooming all over the place right now. So yeah, but they press really nicely and they're pretty. So we have some white ones in the yard, and excuse me, these were actually pink, and after they're pressed, they're purple. So I made a nice little flower press just using giant like bulldog clips and some really super thin plywood and cardboard. So I can show it to you guys sometime if you want to see it. And I can put like it's about that thick. So I can put quite a few layers in there. Anyway, so I love this size, this shape for doing these. So basically, I mean, I'm just picking out, I'm using my tweezers because that's the easiest way to sort of, sort through these just with a pair of tweezers. So these are the little grass seeds. And I have some other seeds down here. Clematis seeds are really pretty because they have the little seed at the bottom and then all this fluffy stuff at the top. Dandelion seeds would be really cute. All kinds of stuff. I have some baby's breath that I saved from something. Oh, let's do this little piece of alyssum. Yeah, that'll be cute in there. So I'm just going to add a teeny tiny little, just the smallest dot of glue that I can manage. Just so it won't slip. And of course my glue is acting crazy. Okay, so I just have like 2 teeny little dots of glue on there. And I'm just gonna set it down and then find another one. I'm not even paying attention to the colors of these things. I'm just gluing them. My glue is clogged up. So now I'm like, okay, I could make a gazillion of these. And I don't know. Like I said, I've seen lots of people making these, and I've always kind of wanted to, and I don't know why I didn't think about that initially, but I think it's because I always forget about the pressed flowers. I forget that I have them, but my mom and I were talking about this other project that I'm working on with wool. I'm making some birds' nests and some felted wool birds' nests. And so I was talking to her, asking her about certain things out in the yard, if she would mind if I, harvested some, like the tendrils off of the grapevines and stuff like that. So, and then she has one of those contorted filbert trees. So the glue around the edges, it does kind of every once in a while, it sort of seeps in because I'm pressing pretty hard along the edges just to be sure that it seals up all the way. But, it kind of smushes in just a little bit on some of them, but I don't know. I think they turned out really cool. Let me get something else so that you guys can maybe even see. Can you see it? So yeah, I'm just like super excited. I can't even describe. Anyway, so I was thinking that there's all kinds of other ways that you could make these little frames, you know? I mean, and they don't have to be square either. I thought about maybe doing some just with a circle punch, you know? And just add maybe like 2 holes and I don't know. I mean, you could even do like washi tape around the edges or whatever. I just was like, oh my God, this is so fun. So I'll do one of the square ones. And I don't remember what these flowers are, but I thought they were pretty cool. I did one. Oh, it was just like a little daisy. So English daisy, I think. But like ferns are great because, you know, like you can just use one little, like press a couple of fern leaves and it'll go a long ways. The hydrangea blossoms press really nicely and they get super, super thin. I don't remember what this is. I thought maybe it was a pansy. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and do one of these round ones that I had picked out. Okay, I'm going to do this little pansy. It's actually a Johnny Jump Up. So I'm just going to put, I'm going to put it on the back of the flower. I still have paint and glue all over my hands. Just placing it right in the center. And since I cut the acetate smaller than the edges, you know, like I went in about 1/4 of an inch, then it's actually gluing paper to paper on these square ones. Some of the longer, skinnier ones on the bookplate ones, I cut the acetate a little bit longer. So that's part of the reason that it was sort of like smushing in on those other ones, because the glue got underneath the acetate and just traveled in between the 2 layers of acetate. So anyway, yeah. And it was funny. I was trying to think if I had, you know, like I thought about fussy cutting images or something like that to do this. And then I was like, wait a second. Like I could just use actual flowers and actual seeds, you know? So anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you guys. I sort of switched gears on that. And, but I think another thing I might do with some of the actual, slide frames is some stamps, because some of these postage stamps just fit perfectly in there, you know, and I thought those would be kind of cool, you know, because I love postage stamps. I just think they're really neat. They're just like a little work of art, you know. It's like a little tiny painting or something. So yeah. So I thought those might look kind of cool. And I have so many of these slide frames that I might as well, you know, try to use them. And I mean, who knows? I can cut as many of these as I want. I have tons of watercolor paper. And I mean, I could paint them different colors, or even just like coffee dye the white watercolor paper and just do them like that, you know, or whatever. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to kind of give you guys my new direction on some of these and maybe inspire you to do the same, because I think these are pretty cool. And I'm doing another series of journals. They're like hardcover journals, and they're going to be really heavy botanical themed journals. And these will be great to use throughout those journals. So I probably will wind up making more of these, because you know how I am. I get started on something and I just make like a gazillion of them. So anyway, and then if you want to use seeds, like these are marigold seeds, you know, I would say the best thing would be to glue them a little bit. That use just like squirt a little bit of glue out in a little tray, you know, even just like in the corner of this little tray, and then use a pin to just barely dab a little bit of glue on the seed itself. And definitely use pliers, because yeah, it's easier to pick things up. And then I thought what would be kind of cool would be to look up the Latin names to a lot of these flowers that I know what they are. Look up the Latin names, and then you know, print them out and maybe just glue it down here on the frame or something. So anyway, or I could even, you know, do a little label and put it inside the frame, but I don't really want to do that. I know there's lots and lots of like botanical Latin like digital things available. I know Tracy Fox probably has a couple of them, so that might look kind of cool. But I thought it would be nice to do it with the actual, you know, Latin name of these specific flowers. So anyway, okay, I'm going to bed. It's 4 a.m. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Bye for now.